Hey Humanities 100, it's me, Caleb Nagel. You probably saw my icon around, but I'm here to tell you today about my personal project I did over the course of much more than 10 hours. It was pretty amazing. It's a natural creative experience have been doing for most of my life. It's a little bit of a cheater for me because I enjoy it and I like to think I've got a lot of practice in it. It's building Legos. Yes, it's actually part of my job too. I'll explain that later. I am a big sci-fi fan, in case you guys couldn't realize by most of my posts. I like classic hardcore sci-fi, like the 60s sci book covers or like 2001 Space Odyssey. And so I decided to make a space station of my own from that kind of time. It's all made out of Legos from my own collection. A funny story, this dark red ring you can see over here is actually one I made around 5 years ago. It's all regular blocky Lego pieces put under pressure. It's an advanced technique I picked up online. Now, I'm going to give you a little detailed look through it all before moving on to how I actually made and the process of creating this great MOC, my own creation known in the Lego lingo. So, I'll tell you where I got some of my inspirations. One, it's an oil rig. I know that if we ever go to the stars, it's probably going to be for money. So, I fashioned the idea about it like being a community of 800 living on a cramped, dilapidated place out in the middle of the darkness, going looking for asteroids or gas planets to sell to other people. It's like your classic Elite Dangerous, if you guys are familiar with that video game. So let's do a close up. First off, we got the command tower in the middle. It's got little translucent parts that's supposed to represent lookout places. You can see underneath it's supposed to overlook. And down the middle, we've got our refineries in the middle because that's dangerous. Because actually the edge of it is where all the people live. Now it's a ring for a specific reason. It's because back in, I think, the 1940s, Oxford University put their brightest student minds out to try to figure out how to make gravity in space. Because, it's zero G. Well, they came up with using the centripetal motion of spinning. I actually put a motor in this right here, so it reflects the idea that spinning motion of a ring in space at a certain speed would create force outward, centripetal force, equal to gravity, meaning it's a lot easier for humans to move around and to survive. So I just turned it off because I almost dropped it, but that's okay. You can see around the edges are all more clear pieces. That's supposed to represent the habitation. So this is something straight out of a hard science fiction like The Expanse or one of your classic 1960s space novels. The motor is actually hidden in the big bulky parts. That's because I actually prototyped it out and then built around it. Now let me get to the process of which I built it. So, I started this idea a long time ago. I wanted to make something that rotated because I love sci-fi and because it's super impressive in the Lego world to motorize something. So I want to show off a little bit to my friends. I started with these sketches about 9 months ago thinking about this. I never had the excuse to make it, so Humanities 100 was perfect for me. You can see the beginnings of the ring, and if you can't read my handwriting, that's habitation rings. I want to make the outside the livable space. Inside was originally going to have a crossbar that was going to be perpendicular to more industrial, and I was going to have a freight yard on it. But I ended up scrapping that idea because it started ruining the structural integrity of the entire thing. And because I started prototyping it out early on. This is how I work with Legos. It's just a free flow of thought. I make the sketches, but the details come out in the bricks when I start using them. Specifically, these bricks. I work at the Lego store, so I get a sweet discount, so I picked up a couple sets to help me with this. So there's a couple little pieces in here that are kind of rare that I found at work and purchased. I also bought this Lego set here specifically for the track pieces and a light brick. If you guys didn't notice when I originally presented, there's actually a light brick that blinks on and off. Here's also the original version of my mechanism to hold the gears in place as it rotates. So that's my project.